Leveling up is an imperative mechanic that Wait. This feels oddly familiar. Oh right. Welcome to the DLC.
I'm literally dodging.
No! How does that hit me? No! That's so lame! I don't understand this game! How did that hit, man? Tears of Denial didn't do shit!
What am I supposed to do?
That's so lame!
This game is so stupid.
Damn it! God damn it!
What? She has a melee attack.
Oh, come on! That's so lame!
That's so lame.
I'm not even there. Really?
Oh, I'm
Why
stuck.
did
I got stuck.
Why did you do that? No! And it's
arrogance.
I have to walk here every time.
I'm stuck. I got stuck on the...
No, damn it! That's so lame, chat. That was so lame. I couldn't even. In order to figure out
Yes!
which Souls game DLC
Yes!
is the hardest to beat
Yes!
at level 1,
Yes!
we'll be going through each Dark Souls DLC
I don't know what I'm doing.
and ranking every boss on a scale from 1
That was actually pitifully easy.
to 10
No!
without using summons or spirits. Once we complete all bosses in a DLC,
G, Manus. Yes!
we're going to average out the difficulty score, and whichever has the biggest number in the end is the hardest DLC to beat at level 1. And if you haven't seen my previous video where I ranked the main games, don't worry. Here's the list I made, here's people clowning me for that list, and here's me erasing Elden Ring. Because that's right, I did the whole thing again. Why would I do it again? Well, it's simple.
I was lazy.
And I opted to use the Great Serpent Hunter the whole run instead of optimizing my build to provide the most fair ranking possible. Which means doing the whole fucking run again. First things first, I'm beautiful. Limgrave, every golden seed and sacred tear, every single talisman that'll increase my stats prematurely. Golden Vow, Flame grant me strength, and Poison Mist, which I'll be using very frequently. And now it's time to grab smithing stones. We need 12 smithing stones of each category from stone 1 to stone 8. We can easily get all 12 smithing stone 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s by breaking statues and
Gassing ass.
we can then grab 2 smithing stone 7s in Caelid and 1 smithing stone 7 in Volcano Manor. The last few smithing stone 7s requiring us to fight a boss that, unless what we want what happened in the first video, I'm not doing that. For special weapons, we need a single somber smithing stone from each category 1 to 10. We can easily get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, allowing us to bring any single special weapon to +6, or a single base weapon to +19. Yes, plus fucking 19
Now the main problem area is up here.
and +6.
All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort.
Before even beating the first boss in the game, Margit. And he's dead. Let me explain. Being level 1 in Elden Ring doesn't limit you even in the slightest. Even with only a single talisman pouch, we can use Radagon's Source Seal and our Wondrous Physic to boost our strength and dexterity to 25. Meaning if we can two-hand a weapon, we can gain up to 37 points of strength. This is enough to allow us to equip every single weapon you see on screen. Which brings us to our weapon of choice, the Watchdog Staff. A weapon that embodies the ancient philosophy of killing the enemy before the enemy kills you. It can be enhanced even further through the use of Golden Vow, the Magic Shrouding Crack Tier, Ritual Sword Talisman, and once Godric is dead, which he is now, Rogier's set, totaling an additional 59% damage bonus before we kill our second demigod. And speaking of second demigod, we have,
God damn it.
3 paths we can take. Renala, Rykard, Radon. Renala's path requires us to defeat the Red Wolf of Radagon, lose our dignity, deal with insta-kill chandeliers, and having a low health pool. Rykard's path requires us to deal with the being that is the Godskin Noble, getting swallowed by Rykard, and of course, having a low health pool. Radon's path allows us to use Scarlet Rot. I'm choosing this one. This path is not only easy because of but because we also have a double whammy
And GG.
and a 2 out of 10. And now with Radon dead, we get another talisman pouch, get the magic scorpion talisman, kill ourselves, talk to the four-handed woman who makes me question my sexuality. What? Get the Finger Slayer blade, complete the collection of premature stat allocation talismans. Enter a portal, find our way into Noxtella Eternal City, get Somber Smithing Stone 7, 8, and 9, talk to the masked man who confirms my sexuality.
What the fuck?
Kill an invader, something I'm oddly good at doing. I wonder why. Lose a finger. Grab Ancient Smithing Stone, upgrade the Watchdog Staff to +10, gas an ass, and we are now in the Royal Capital, where we can very easily face the Shade of Godric. He unlocks another talisman pouch, which we can replace with the Turtle Talisman, rightfully preparing us to fight Morgott. And just like Godfrey's Shade, he is unable to harm us from a distance,
How incredibly easy.
bringing us to the Fire fucking Giant. Yes, he's still difficult, but much better than last time.
Why did the horse go into him?
Our current build is borderline incapable of fighting the Fire Giant. Mostly because no matter where you lock on, the sorcery always redirects itself to the Aether, meaning we have a new weapon to acquire. A weapon that is capable of bleeding, doing an insane amount of damage, and with the Ashavor Crag's Blade, can perform elite level stun breaks. And with the new area unlocked, we have enough Smithing Stone 7s and 8s to bring it to +24.
This is disgusting.
We can then cheese the Cloaked Man in Bestial Sanctum to get an Ancient Smithing Stone for +25.
This is awful in every way.
I need answer no further questions. For Forehead Giant's second phase, we'll be using Black Flame Tornado, an Ashavor that can be acquired through Millicent's questline and does percentile
Base damage.
Another way of saying
Daddy likes.
G freaking G.
4 out of 10. After the Fire Giant dies, we link the flame, get sexually assaulted. Hell no! And now we're at the Foreskin Brothers,
There's 2 of them!
where we can go back to using the Watchdog Staff.
G freaking G. That was probably the easiest Godskin duo I've ever done in my life.
Before we move on to Malekith, we can complete Alexander's questline to get the Shard of Alexander.
I killed a man for this.
Reaching our max bonus of 105%. And against Malekith, you can tell, we do damage. This boss can be fought in 2 ways. Because our Watchdog Staff requires us to use our Wondrous Physic to get the necessary strength to equip it, we have a 3-minute timer before we're unable to use the weapon anymore. Meaning we can compensate by using a Rune Arc and Strength Talisman, or we can run around in a circle for 10 minutes using the pull. Either way, we start second phase out the exact same, by pulling him towards a column and desperately waiting for him to do the 3 arc attack, using Blasphemous Claw to parry him,
I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
and then spamming our blue balls at him.
And G freaking G.
Now we have Gideon the All-Knowing, which was the worst fight last video,
How does that hit me?
but is now the easiest fight in this video. Same thing with Godric's first phase, as he walks towards us while we shred his health bar. Sadly for his second phase, it does require the skill of dodging his grab attacks, which can be annoying.
Oh no!
But once you have that down, the fight isn't all too bad.
Holy shit, this weapon is OP.
Finally, we have Radagon, which our watchdog staff is hopeless against, since no matter where you are, there is a lightning bolt. Everyone should know at this point that Radagon has 3 phases. His first phase starts at the beginning of the fight. His second phase happens when he jumps up in the air and LeBron dunks on us. And the final phase is when he does his ring-shattering attack. Each of these movesets occurring at a specific health milestone during the battle. With our Starfist equipped, Spiked, and Stone Barb tier, Flame Grant Me Strength, Golden Vow, and Crag's Blade, we can do just enough damage to get us to those health milestones without having to dodge any of his other attacks. Meaning, we only need to dodge these phase transition attacks, drastically decreasing the difficulty
G. He didn't even get to finish his last attack.
of Radagon. Once we enter Elden Beast, the fight becomes
What the hell?
a little more difficult,
Oh my, really?
as it still requires you to be able to dodge and understand the Elden Beast. However, it's made much simpler knowing he has one of the longest stun animations, meaning as long as we can stun him, we have enough time to whip out black flames, riposte, and give him one last cheeky attack.
Hell yeah. Easiest rune level 1 done.
I rate Elden Ring's late game a 6.5 out of 10, bringing Elden Ring's Rune Level 1 base game ranking from 6.3 out of 10 to a 4.16 out of 10, making Dark Souls 3 the true hardest game to beat at Soul Level 1 base game. Now get off my ass, because I
Go, just light it, just light it.
have DLC to rank,
Oh shit, chat, I fucked up.
starting with
I'm alive.
Dark Souls 1.
Every time I play this game, I realize how much better Elden Ring is.
My favorite DLC,
God damn it, how did that hit me?
because we have
Pyromancy.
once we acquire the Broken Pendant, we have full access to the DLC through a time sphincter,
He's sucking me in.
and now have to face the Sanctuary Guardian.
I'm literally dodging.
Unfortunately for us, this boss is a janky
Jesus Christ.
piece of shit,
I can't even move.
with the same moveset
Man, that shit auto-aimed on me so hard, chat.
as Radagon. Fortunately, he is a one-shot.
Please die. There you go. GG. He wasn't that hard. I just have to find an attack.
Because
Pyromancy.
3 out of 10. After the Guardian, we say hi to Calamite,
Hello, Calamite.
run past everything in the forest, unlock shortcuts, and find our way to fighting Artorias,
I pressed dodge.
which Fire Tempest is useless against. Artorias is a good battle, made difficult because of DS1's
I dodged this way, to the right.
shitty roll mechanics.
Is this game that old that omnidirection is just not a thing when you lock on?
So instead of rolling, I used a shield. He can't one-shot you
Thanks, game.
with a shield. He does, however, have a few attacks you have to dodge and can't shield through. And the attack I'm talking about is his slam dunk. There's also this charge attack that leaves him wide open to combustion flames. Overall, a good challenge, but nothing Pyromancy can't deal with.
Yes! Oh, Artorias is down, and DS1 clunky physics have been mastered.
5 out of 10. Now we continue through Ulaseel's township,
That auto aims? Holy shit!
one of
She has a melee attack.
the worst
Oh my god! I pressed R1. You dumb shit.
areas
There's so many of them. There's so many of them.
to try to run through.
I don't understand this game.
Get the silver pendant,
This will help us with manus.
and then the crest key to unlock the giant archer so he can shoot down Calamite. Speaking of Calamite, he can also be one shot. And you know why. But that's actually a pretty rare occurrence, and in most instances, we can only get 2 Fire Tempests to tick. And not just any Fire Tempest attack, one infused with both Power Within and Red Tearstone Ring. However, the setup requires the boss to do this very specific attack at the start of battle before we die from the Power Within. Honestly, it's a lot to try to get down, but it's hands down one of the easiest ways to deal with Calamite, since fighting him normally fucking sucks. 4.5 out of 10.
Yes! R1 spam to win.
But nothing as bad as
Manus.
the king of Dark Souls 1
What was I supposed to do there? There's a wall. There's a wall.
and the hardest boss
Oh my fucking god, this game is so bad.
in this game. Known for his non-forgiving combo attacks
I forgot when he roars, that's when he does his combo attack.
and aggressive playstyle.
And of course I miss.
However, there is 2 ways to make this boss fight just a bit easier.
Oh my fucking god.
One is the silver pendant, helping us negate all his magic attack bullshit. The other is a staple of this channel called running away, because getting near Manus is sheer chaos. But if you stay within a few meters of him, memorize the 3 attacks you'll use to get closer to you, and capitalize only when he does those attacks, you won't have to face his combo attack.
Oh my fuck.
Sounds like a win to me.
GG, Manus. Yes! That took all the black flames, all the fire whips, and all the great combustions. Let's go.
6 out of 10. Combining the scores of Dark Souls 1 Artorias of the Abyss DLC, we get an average score of 4.63 out of 10 on the difficulty meter. A fair score, since some sections of Dark Souls 1 are quite difficult to overcome if we didn't have...
Pyromancer.
Welcome to
This is so lame.
Dark Souls 2.
What was I supposed to do? My fucking camera decided to fucking...
These DLCs are notorious for being one of the most difficult DLCs amongst the franchise.
What?
Having to face against hitbox nightmares,
What type of hitbox?
copies of bosses we've already fought,
See, he delayed it.
and the frigid
How did that hit, man?
fucking
Are you kidding me? Fuck you.
outskirts.
And it broke.
So let's see if what people said is true. Starting off, we purchased some items, and now you can see my desktop screen. This is because we need to acquire the Mad Warrior's Mask, a mask that increases our iframes from 9
Such dog shit adaptability.
to 10, 1 extra third of a second, which is dropped by this enemy. This enemy does not always spawn. So the easiest way to do this is to open up Task Manager. Check when the CPU is using more power, because that means an enemy has spawned. Go up the ladder and pray he drops the mask, because it's a 3% drop chance. The reason we're getting this mask now is because with the dexterity ring,
Yes.
we can keep our 10 iframes and the rapier at the same time, making us ready to go through
Oh shit.
Dark Souls 2's
What was I supposed to do? My fucking
DLCs.
camera. Bro!
We start by going through the old Iron King
I'm
DLC.
not even there. I'm not even.
In order to collect the Tower Key, Simpleton's Ring, and the Strength Ring. Then we go through the Sunken King
That's so not fair. That's not
DLC.
fair. My camera.
in order to collect Flynn's Ring,
There we go.
and finally go through
Chat, where do we go?
the Ivory
He explains
King
like
DLC.
there's a ladder there. There's no ladder.
In order to get the Ring of the Embedded, break the Eye of Protection, and fight Ava.
How? Ooh, what?
Not that Ava. This Ava is a tiger.
That didn't hit me.
Tigers can chomp
Oh, I'm being chomped. I did not know that was an attack.
and break through pillars.
I did not know you could break through pillars.
But luckily for us, Ava, the other Ava, can't one-shot us. The attack pattern isn't all that complex, and we do pretty good damage.
GG. That was actually really easy.
4 out of 10. Now we break the ice and acquire one of the best stat-boosting items in the game, the
The vessel shield.
which will rightfully replace the work hook in our offhand.
Look at that, boys.
and allow us to freely roam the rest of the Ivory King DLC.
Oh, it's the fat thing.
Composed of dying randomly,
The bonfire was there, no?
rescuing all the White Knights from Pokemon's imprisonment, and making our way to the innocent coffin that I'm sure I won't have to be entering more than a couple of times, since coffins have always led me to good places with clear visibility, no hardships,
What am I supposed to do with 2 of them, man?
a short run to the boss, easy to kill enemies,
Oh my god.
and a fair, balanced fight
Why? How did you hit me through him?
that definitely won't include any surprises,
Oh, he's farting, he's farting.
gimmicks,
What is this? What was that?
or soul-crushing.
Oh, come on. That's the best we've done in hours.
It's the frigid fucking outskirts. An area that blocks visibility, while the enemies
How did that hit, man?
give you a disability.
Something's in my ass.
And if you think you can just run past the reindeers,
I'm literally right there.
you would be
Are you fucking kidding me? Where is it? Where is it?
very wrong.
Dude! Oh my god!
They are very fast, and there's more than just one of them,
What am I supposed to do with 2 of them, man?
each of which will have to take the preemptive measure of despawning just to have a chance
Are you kidding me?
of going to the boss, a process that won't take long. I love the frigid outskirts. And the boss, in traditional DS2 fashion,
Guys, I love hitboxes.
is just a copy of one we've already fought.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture.
Except this one has a smaller arena, making it a completely different boss.
Dude!
Oh yeah, and there's 2 of them.
Bro! This is crazy.
If we don't do enough damage to kill the first one before the second one spawns,
One's dead, one's dead.
we end up playing a game of cat and mouse.
Run away! I can't move!
Except the cat is a tiger
What am I supposed to do?
with a terrible hitbox,
I couldn't even hit him!
a fart attack,
He's gonna fart, he's gonna fart! No!
and the ability to one-shot.
What? What?
And the mouse is me.
I almost killed him too!
I'm just doing my best. This is by far the best area in the game,
I have to walk here every time?
followed by
You need to pop a life gem.
the best boss
2 more hits.
in the game.
Yes! Yes!
8.5 out of 10.
No more frigid outskirts. Thank God!
It's time for the final boss of the Ivory King DLC. The Ivory King. I feel like that was kind of self-explanatory. The Ivory King is a boss made up of 2 stages. The actual boss
Bro, I did not know that combo. I'm so sorry.
and the 5 minutes it takes to get to the boss. This is because the first stage of battle
Why? Why does he keep doing that?
is a big game of chess, where the white and black pieces are fighting for dominance over the middle squares. And as you can tell by my voice, I'm on the white side. Once the last piece is down, the king comes out, and you'll notice he has a sword on his left hand, meaning we need not to get hit by that.
That's so lame.
And the best way to do that is by dodging where there is no sword. And while that doesn't solve our lack of iframes issues this fight, it does help us dodge his very coordinated attacks. While I believe this boss fight is difficult, the way he telegraphs his attacks and his lack of one-shot capabilities makes this boss fight a lot more manageable.
Yes! That was so much easier than the lions.
6.5 out of 10. Moving on to the Sunken King DLC, I do stone parkour,
Aw, shit. No!
put stones in holes, and shoot arrows into stones. I'm sensing a theme. This was
Oh, not the mouth things.
the easiest DLC to get through, lacking the creativity and ingenuity that the other DLCs have
Bro, I'm not even there. I'm not even.
for making me suffer.
And it broke!
In other words, enemy spam.
Look how many there are.
This one just has a lot of parkour and stupid bosses.
Oh, I'm stuck. I got stuck on the...
And speaking of stupid bosses, Alana, the Squalid Queen. She's kind of like the Dollar Tree version of Nashandra. Except she can summon
Now I'm dead because I didn't see the goddamn fire.
a Veldstat,
Huh?
who for some reason doesn't deal that much damage.
We can just tank it.
So you can spend the entire fight tanking his hits
Ow.
and dealing damage to Alana.
Die. Come on. Yes. She's dead. GG.
3 out of 10.
That was actually pitifully easy for a DLC boss.
Next on stupid bosses, we have the trio boss of
Ow, run, run.
boredom. One of them is an archer, the other can bleed you,
That was so stupid.
and the other one is just Havel. The easiest way to deal with these guys is to kill the archer first.
He's dead.
But in order to do that, you have to lead the other two in a circle in order to get a hit off on the archer. This ends up taking 7 minutes,
He's dead.
only to then continue in that same circle for 5 more minutes.
Yes.
4 out of 10.
Not bad, boys.
It's time for the final boss in the Sunken King DLC. Sin, the dragon with the really weird flying animation. And a degree in chemical warfare. He also has a terrible kill box.
What type of hitbox?
Luckily, he can't one-shot us,
Yeah, that should have been an insta-kill, but I'm alive.
and gives us ample opportunity to heal throughout the fight. And like most dragon bosses, if you stay near the dragon penis, then most of the attacks won't even affect you. He does, however, like to stay in the air most of the fight, making you have to run around the arena a lot and wait for opportunities to attack.
Yes. That was not that hard, guys.
5 out of 10. With 2 of the 3 DLCs completed, all we have left is the Old Iron King DLC, which went about as well as everyone expected.
Bro, I'm not even there. I'm not even...
Thank God for Alluring Skulls. They're the only reason I made it to the Fume Knight. And speaking of the Fume Knight, he is a boss. And instead of having one sword like the Ivory King,
I tried to dodge. I didn't have enough stamina. That's lovely.
he has
No, I'm dead.
2, both of which
Oh, we got lucky there. We got so lucky.
are very deadly.
I dodged.
His large sword is both slow
Twice.
and, large. His slim sword is both fast and... you get the point. That means we can't fully rely on
Stay to the right side.
dodging towards his right
He did the dodge backwards.
or left side
I dodged left, but I didn't dodge left towards him.
like the Ivory King, and instead have to roll based on the specific attack
Did you guys see that? Holy shit.
he does.
Okay, so dodge left.
On the bright side, we don't get one shot,
That didn't even touch me.
which helps the most against his aura attacks
What was I supposed to do?
that I
Oh, I got lucky there.
constantly get caught by.
That's so lame.
Overall, this fight is a bit more difficult than the Ivory King.
Yes! Oh,
7 out of 10. Next up is Sir Alone. Or should I say, the walk to
no.
Sir
My God.
Alone.
Fuck you.
Because it is just as difficult
That's so lame.
as the boss itself.
Fuck off. Oh my God.
No wonder he is still single.
Just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Out of every DLC,
No, really, game.
this boss fight killed me
I'm alive.
the most.
It's always that attack.
I'm of course lying.
Really?
That title goes to the Frigid Outskirts. And although he only has one blade like the Ivory King,
Oh my God.
Sir Alone has both quick and slow attacks. Some of his attacks changing their timing
Oh my God. Why was that so fucking fast?
during the fight itself. It is also difficult to get a heal off,
I'm dead. Because I decided to heal like, what the fuck?
like a rook in chess. He can cover any distance in a single move.
Come on. Yes.
7.5 out of 10. The final boss of the Old Iron King DLC is the Smelter Demon, a ripoff of a boss in the main game.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Classic
You
DS2.
fucking serious right now? Are you fucking serious?
Except this one
No!
is blue.
What was I supposed to do? My fucking camera did
Something that is different is the walk to the boss being very annoying.
The run to the boss is double infuriating.
but I'm not gonna complain too hard, since I've already been through the worst walk in my entire life. The Smelter Demon has slow, but fast attacks.
See, that's its super fast attack.
The further his health bar is towards 0, the faster the attacks become.
Now it's fast!
This swing right here is the main contributor to this boss's difficulty.
I fucking dodge.
Sometimes it's slow,
See, he delayed it!
sometimes it's fast.
Dude, it's even faster now.
And although it's not a one-shot,
See, he held it for so fucking long!
it always clips
Now it's fast!
my ass.
Yes!
8 out of 10.
I can eat now!
With him completed, we have completed every DLC in DS2 at Soul Level 1. With the Ivory King DLC, we have an average difficulty rating of 6.3 out of 10. Sunken King DLC with a 4 out of 10. And Old Iron King DLC with a 7.5 out of 10. I never want to play this game again. Now to see
Why? Why does... Okay,
if Dark Souls 3's DLC
that's so lame. He got up so quickly.
can do any better.
No! Tears of Denial didn't do shit!
Starting off, we need to kill Osiris. A lot of you wanted to know why I didn't kill him during base game. Well, you must not have watched the 100 streams I did here on YouTube. Because, I tried.
What happened? My shield was up!
He has a single attack
See? What the fuck is that? He just runs!
that makes fighting him
What killed me? What?
extremely difficult.
Wait, what is that?
Even
Oh my god, I held the shield! What happened?
with a shield.
What the fuck is that?
I'm only fighting him now because I figured out a way to cheese him. And let's ignore the fact that that would change the whole ranking to my original video, because he's dead now and I don't care. Now Champion Gundyr is next, and he also doesn't stand a chance. With access to the
G freaking G, that was so easy.
untended shrine, we can acquire the Priestess Ring, which will allow us to use Tears of Denial.
No! Tears of Denial didn't do shit!
This spell saves us from a single killing blow.
Ah, shit, I'm alive!
We can also transpose Gundyr's soul, maxing out our stats before... Yup. That's right. This DLC has 2 bosses, Champion's Grave Tender,
That's so lame. That didn't even touch me.
and yeah. But before facing them,
Really?
we receive Divine Head. Run our way through the Winter Forest, facing absolutely 0 problems along the way. Talk to a lady, light a bonfire, and arrive at the Champion's gravesite, where we can face a battle against a pack, a grave robber, and a fat bitch. Gravitationally challenged bitch. Okay, how about this one? A healthy bitch that can eat. The Champion's Grave Tender is an easy fight. The challenge coming from the Great Wolf that spawns when the Grave Tender is at half health. If we don't kill the Grave Tender early, we are screwed. Even by itself, it does pose a bit of challenge, given the fact it can charge you. 4.5 out of 10.
Yes! That was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Sister Freed is the queen of giving me oiled up back shots.
Brother,
And her dad is the diddler
Are you fucking kidding me?
to my freshly ripe asshole. This boss
Bro, what a fucking combo. I saw her move and I was like, shit.
makes me reconsider
What was I supposed to do? There's a fucking lamp in the way.
lobotomies.
What even fuck?
Mostly because it has not 1,
All right, first phase done.
not 2,
He's dead.
but 3 phases, making the fight 10 minutes long.
Patience wins, chat.
The only reconcile being phase 1, because Sister Freed is a Sister Freak and moans right before doing any of her big attacks. Moving on to phase 2, we spend most of our time tearing off the calluses on Father while trying to avoid the danger that is
Really? I couldn't even move out of the range.
Freed.
Are you joking? Dude, chat.
Since removing herself as Sister Freed to Freed has given her the most annoying power on the planet.
God damn it.
And when she's not healing, she's throwing ice attacks.
Really?
With enough patience and getting one shot by the... We make it to phase 3. The hardest,
What even
but easiest phase.
Yes!
Hard if you do it the normal way.
What even
Easy if you do it my way.
That was a second attempt.
If you stay patient, the boss will do the same attack 100 times over. Specifically, the Black Flame attack, the Ice Shower attack, the Houdini, and the Spinny attack. 7 out of 10.
Yes! Shit. 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 Shit.
The Ring City DLC has 4 bosses. This one,
God damn it.
this one,
Shit.
this one,
No!
and this one.
No!
We start off by running past all the enemies, like usual. Except this one doesn't like it when you do that.
That's so lame.
When the arrows stop pelting us,
Roll.
we make it to a bonfire
Bonfire.
and jump off a cliff to...
Like this.
This boss is difficult
Now run away.
and almost as long as Sister Free.
Yes!
There are 2 demons,
That was a good first attempt, chat.
the Demon of Pain
God damn it.
and the Demon from Below.
Fuck this game.
I can't really tell the difference half the time.
Bro, I couldn't even see. They decided to gangbang me in the corner.
Like Sister Freed in Ashes of Ariendel, these bosses have a wind down attack that makes it very easy to get damage off on them. When both of them are active, they are very aggressive. Once one of them calms down, we start chipping away at the active one, making sure to avoid
Ow.
treacherous fart blast
Fuck this game.
the inactive one cast. For fighting either active demon, the best advice I can give is attack the penis. A lot of their attacks will whiff over you if you're near their... Once second phase starts, the best advice I can give you is attack the penis. As long as you stay nanometers from the demon princess, you won't have to block.
Yes!
6 out of 10.
That was surprisingly way easier than I thought it would be.
Now it's time to get bolted down by more arrows. Randomly get touched,
Stop touching me.
face fucked, burned,
Son of an asshole.
and manically watch a man stuck inside the floor.
Oh, he's stuck. Oh, what a sad existence.
The next boss is the Half-Light, which is practically a gimmick boss if you use the Profane Greatsword.
Why is it going the complete opposite way?
With this weapon's weapon art, we can create an infinite loop of death.
G freaking G, Half-Light.
3.5 out of 10. Moving on to a real boss, we have Dark Eater Madir. And just like every dragon boss we have fought before, his weakness is,
Two-shot? I was embered.
you guessed it, his tail. The entire fight we have the unending drive to run to his tail. His actual weakness is his face. But his face is not a fun place to be around. His tail is much safer. Nearly no attacks reach his hindquarters.
How did I die? What? What?
The ones that do is this charge attack,
Oh, come on. That's so lame.
and when he transitions to second phase.
I'm dead, 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 I'm dead.
With an Ember, we can tank the first one, but we cannot tank the second phase transition. However, it does have an audio cue, screaming at you, hey buddy, I wouldn't recommend being under a giant dragon stomach. Overall, with practice,
Lock-on on this boss is so shit.
this isn't that difficult of a fight.
No, I'm dead. Come on. I survived. I'm a fucking genius, chat.
6.5 out of 10.
Yes!
It's time for everyone's favorite boss. Gay. The L is silent. First phase is a lot like Manus from Dark Souls 1.
Oh my fucking god.
He has a rage attack, and getting close to him
No! No!
kind of sucks.
He's feeding on my Dark Soul.
Unlike Manus, we can't just sit back and wait for attacks.
What? How?
He is
God damn it, dude. I got stun locked.
very aggressive
Never mind, Gil. Never mind.
and has weird timings to his blows that can catch us off guard.
How did that... What?
Using the poison resin makes this phase more tolerable, since we only need a few hits for it to proc, and we can wait on the poison damage for phase 2. In phase 2,
oh shit, here we go again.
our strategy changes
What the hell was that? What are you supposed to do against that attack? That's my question.
drastically.
Come on!
He now has even more attacks, most of which are combo attacks, and a silhouette of a cloak that lingers on each hit. The best strategy for this phase is to play it slow. Have Tears of Denial,
My tears of denial!
and heal up every time you get hit. Because once he and enters third phase,
Why is he disappearing? What?
you no longer
It's an insta-kill even with Ember!
have that luxury.
Tears of denial didn't do shit!
This phase has him doing even more combo attacks,
Okay, now he does that.
random lightning doodads,
You know, chat, if you get hit by the lightning, it's like bad luck, man.
and a front flip arrow attack.
No!
Best method to beating this phase is learning how to dodge this attack and this attack.
Why does that attack keep getting me, man?
They're the only two opportunities in the entire fight to get damage off without getting hit.
Yes! Yes!
8 out of 10. With that completed, we finished Dark Souls 3, Ashes of Ariendel DLC, and Ring City DLC. Ashes of Ariendel gets an average of 5.75 out of 10, and the Ring City gets an average of 6 out of 10, putting both DLCs under Dark Souls 2's Ivory King DLC. Now on to the DLC that pushed me past
What?
my breaking point. Or did it?
Yes!
Let's see if it's the hardest DLC to beat at Soul Level 1. Firstly, we kill Moog and enter the beauty that is the Gravesite Plain.
What a sight.
From this point, we visit every point on the map and collect 34 shadow fragments without having to lift a single finger. No pun intended. That grants us a plus 14 Shadow Realm Blessing or a 1.9x damage bonus before our first boss, the Ancient Dragon. 1 out of 10. I didn't even finish. This grants us access to the Jagged Peak and Karo's Hidden Grave, each having a single shadow fragment for us to collect, bringing us to plus 15. Now we need to fight one of the most difficult Remembrance bosses in the game. Now fighting him normally at rune level 1 is egregious and an outright insane task. He one-shots us. But luckily for us, there's a method called making him run into a corner. If only life were so simple.
I have escaped from the police.
Then we take out Mogwin's spear and rain hails of blood on him until he dies. 2 out of 10.
Oh my god, that was so cheesy.
With Gaius dead, we can collect a reward of 5 shadow fragments, allowing us to increase our blessing to plus 17. The next set of fragments are inside the Abyssal Woods, which is guarded by a man with a very similar moveset to my own. And just like my build, he is a pain in the ass to deal with. The boss itself isn't difficult in the slightest. The difficult part is Lizzo. That is the name of the creature, and not the name of a famous singer who is being sued for fat-shaming her own dance crew. This beautiful monstrosity of a bowling ball is the worst. During first phase, she...
Watch out!
And in second phase, she... 5.5 out of 10.
G frickin' G, man.
With access to the Abyssal Woods, we can get 3 more Shadow Fragments, bringing our blessing to plus 18. The rest of the Shadow Fragments lies within a Golden Hippo.
Yes!
That only gives us 2 Shadow Fragments and the final area in the game with the remaining 4. Since it takes 3 Shadow Fragments to upgrade further, we'll skip the torturous Golden Hippo
Oh my god, what part of that hit me?
and go fight Mesmir is not only the coolest boss I've ever faced, but one of the most difficult.
I fucking died!
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all be dead in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
He feels like fighting Melania if she was huffing snake oil. Not only is he the most aggressive boss I've ever fought, giving almost no opportunity to heal, use the Watchdog Stab, or about any weapon with a ranged attack, there's honestly no easy way to fight or cheese at rune level 1. Because he's a one-shot, you can try to optimize your defense by using the Opaline Bubble tier. You can also use the Star Fist for its bleed proc and heavy stunning nature that, if done correctly, can get him from full health to half health very quickly. Second phase is an eldritch horror.
Fortnite balls, I'm gay, I like boys.
He can now embody the snake from deep within. Nearly all of his attacks become harder to dodge because there's a huge fucking snake on the battlefield.
Shit!
But using the Starfist strat, we can immediately, upon second phase, stun and riposte him, quartering his health and making second phase just that bit more easy. And easy it is not. I died exactly 300 times facing this boss. I'm not even joking. There's so many of them. And while it may not be the hardest challenge I've ever done, it is sure as hell up there.
Yes! 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 That took so long.
9 out of 10. Thank God the Site of Grace was next to the boss gate. Now moving on to some easier remembrance bosses. We have Quaylag's doppelganger, Mother of Middle Fingers, Bale, and the final boss from Undertale. Starting with Romino, we can use Assassin's Gambit and Unseen Form in unison to maximize our stealth capabilities and sneak our way into the boss room. I don't know how this is possible. We can then distract her with a pot, do some very difficult parkour, and use Moog Spear to decapitate her health bar.
Yes!
3 out of 10. Moving on to Mother of Matir, we can spam crossbow bolts at it from a distance, and there's not really much else to explain. 2.5 out of 10. Now on to Bale! We can maximize our sneak again and sneak into the boss room. I don't know why this is allowed. Where we can gas his ass. 1 out of 10.
Curse you, Bale!
Last boss we can cheese is the Erdtree Avatar. The setup is probably the hardest among the cheeses, since it requires you to fall on a pixel-perfect rock. Once you get it, you spam Moog Spear, and he is dead. 3.5 out of 10. With access to a near Elim, we can get the 4 Erdtree fragments we were missing and upgrade our blessing to plus 19. The last 2 Erdtree fragments we will be skipping, since the effort of getting them will skew the rankings. The difference between plus 19 and plus 20 is non-existent, and I'm sick and tired of getting pelted by needles. With the plus 19 blessing and all the buffs we can apply, we do enough damage to Putrescent Knight and Dancing Lion to kill the boss
G freaking G.
within a few Taker's Flame.
GG, buddy!
I'm built different.
They do, however, require a few well-timed jumps and dodges in order to kill them.
Last Miss Blade for the fucking win.
4 out of 10. Rolana, the Twin Moon Knight, a visual cinema of a boss that, like Mesmir, presses us like no tomorrow. However, Rolana only presses us when we get near her, allowing us to use either the Watchdog Staff or crossbow with relative ease. The Watchdog Staff takes less time but requires you to be more aggressive, since she is magic resistant. Using the crossbow route requires a lot of arrows and a lot more patience.
No!
Either way, once you get to second phase, the real battle starts because she enters the Moon Womb, and some of her attacks start affecting the entire battlefield.
No! That's so lame!
And yes, they are a one-shot. 6 out of 10.
Yes!
Now on to the final optional boss, Midra, the human catheter. Like Rolana, we can easily keep distance between the boss and us. The limitation being the arena size and piss rockets. Madness is the game, and this game sucks. Using a crossbow is by far the easiest method to deal with Midra. along with a rune arc and clarifying horn charm +2 to prevent the madness from insta-killing you. As long as you time your crossbow bolts right, the boss isn't terrible.
Yes!
5 out of 10.
I had that shit down to a science.
Now, Consort Radahn is hands down the most difficult boss in any DLC I've ever fought. But I wouldn't know that, because I've never actually fought him. Yeah, that's right. He can be.
G freaking G. Oh, that was so stupid. I'm gonna get so much hate for that.
1.5 out of 10. That concludes Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Combining the score, we get an average difficulty rating of 3.69 out of 10. Elden Ring has one of the hardest fights,
I fucking die!
but also some of the cheesiest of cheeses, which means Shadow of the Erdtree is the easiest Soul game DLC to beat at level 1, following DS2's Sunken King DLC, DS1's Artorias of the Abyss DLC, DS3's Ashes of Ariendel DLC, DS3's Ring City DLC, DS2's Crown of the Ivory King DLC, and finally, the most difficult DLC to beat at level 1, DS2's Crown of the Old Iron King DLC. This video took too long, subscribe.